All right, welcome back to my channel, The Awakening for Life, where we simply provide representation for the underdog. I will be your host, Nate, with a lot to say. Hoping everyone has enjoyed a wonderful day thus far. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and always remember entrepreneurship is life. So, today, I decided every Monday and Wednesdays that I was going to read a little piece of my poetry. And so, again, you can add to it, you can delete it, you can put it as neutral, but it all depends on how you feel. So, I try to relate to certain demographics, people from all walks of life, and that's what it's really about, is bringing people to come to a channel where they can feel embraced, where they can feel like they can let out some steam in a positive way. So, let me just jump into it. So, I decided to call this one Medicaid, right? It's crazy how officials have made a deal with the devil when the people who struggle are most are below the poverty level. 88 billion in cuts to Medicaid and Medicare, and yet this system still wants us to play fair. The system wants us to be humble and nice, and yet gas, groceries, rent, etc. seems to be overpriced. This reminds me of an episode when the elites are robbing us blind, pulling off a grand heist. They give us false hope, distractions, and propaganda, thinking that this shit will suffice. We must get rid of the waste and fraud, they say. Inflation has our elders asking, how can we survive another day? They create war, but what about the poor? America first, while I watch my brothers and sisters in this country hunger and thirst. Yet what's worse is the tension will rise to the point that a huge bubble is about to burst. Can you feel it? Can you hear it? It's the inevitable to the public that most will fear it. Anger, hatred, jealousy is the perfect remedy why America is truly divided. But don't take my word for it, especially when most are looking for another reason in life to quit. So many empty promises over the years that given this country the blood, the sweat, and the tears. Yet our politicians at the top choose to close their ears. It's blue versus red. Come on now, wake up. It's rich versus poor. In this country, is this the country that your ancestors truly fought for? Freedom and justice for all, yet division, collision, wrong decisions, and time will cause the country to fall. But hey, I'm getting off track, so allow me to bring it back. Pharmaceutical industries providing a band-aid by introducing prescription pills. Choose food or pills, choose rent or pills. Without money, eventually your mind runs towards the hills. We point out those who are struggling with their mental health taking aim, pointing to their shame, telling those who suffer in silence that they must continue to play the game. But there is hope. It doesn't have to be this way. We can create a world where everyone gets a turn, where no one can crash and burn. Perhaps in unity, real unity, is how the lesson can be learned. Granted, this is something that cannot be orchestrated overnight. However, the select few are willing to lift up their voices to fight, to protect the weak, the sick, the vulnerable, the disadvantaged, to bend an ear to those in life who can barely survive, let alone manage. This is not about trying to receive recognition to wear the cape. This is about taking preventative measures to avoid witnessing more caution tape. I wish that I could let you in my mind once more. However, the real question is, what are you willing to fight for? It's bigger than you, it's bigger than me. Somehow the elderly, vulnerable, weak, sick, disadvantaged created by the media tends to be the enemy. In your mind, you say enough of this. You clench your fists quickly to say to yourself, I'm prepared. You contemplate your old life for the new life with everyone looking at you, activating more enemies than allies out the blue, staying true than false, because history has explained the cost. So basically, that's what I pretty much wrote in a nutshell. I'm all about the people. I'm all about all walks of life. I'm embracing everyone at this time because we all come from somewhere. You know, we all have poison in our lives. We all have things that make us weak, make us vulnerable in some which way and form. And unfortunately, we live in a society today where a lot of stuff is projected out here, and it doesn't have to be that way. And so, if I can sit here and I can utilize my poetry in order to open eyes and change hearts or whatever the case is, I'm going to bring that into the mix. You know, at the end of the day, it's each one teach one. And again, if we all come together despite the differences of where we come from, I think together we'll be strong. But as long as we continue to fight amongst each other, knowing that the people at the top are raking in the money, we'll get more of the same. So that's all I have. Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section, and I'll be back with another poem on Wednesday. So make sure you look out. That's all I have. Take care.